And welcome back to day 7 of War of the Spark previews. So they officially spoil Chandra, Rahl, and a few other cards to go over today. So for Chandra, Fire Artisan is 2 red, 2 of any color, 4. For 4 loyalty Planeswalker with her static ability being, whenever 1 or more loyalty counters are removed from Chandra Artisan, that Fire Artisan, she deals damage equal to that many counters lost to target opponent or player. +1, you exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. You may -7 exile the top 7 cards of your library, and you may play all of them this turn. Chandra's good. She's 4 mana for 4 loyalty, so you're gonna get the value out of that. She actually does make your opponent suffer too for taking out +1 counters. You'll get her to 5 automatically, so they have to at least take out 5 or loyalty counters, which means that's 5 damage she's dishing out to either your opponent or to the creatures on your opponent's side of the field. So that's pretty good. If you can get to that 7 loyalty, I mean, which isn't too hard, from 4 to 7 or 4 to 7 with a little bit of backup to help keep her alive. Not impossible. So then you can deal 7 damage straight to your opponent's face or between creatures on the field and play 7 cards. Chandra's perfectly adequate. She is perfectly adequate indeed. Another card that is a little above adequate is Rao Storm Conduit. 1 red, 1 blue, and 2 of any color for a 4 loyalty Planeswalker. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, Rahl deals 1 damage to target opponent or Planeswalker. You can +2 and scry 1. It's useful. Or you can -2, and when you cast your next instant or sorcery spell this turn, copy that spell and you may choose a new target for it. So obviously that enables your static ability on this card. Rahl is good, but only in the right... This is not unlike Chandra, which you could theoretically splash into some decks. Rahl is really only good in at minimum, a blue or red. Well, blue-red, obviously. Within the blue-red deck, because he needs instants and sorcery spells to work. Now that said, then the deck that he functions the best in, he's pretty much making every one of your instant and sorcery cards, even the ones that don't deal damage, into 1 damage-doing cards to either your opponent or Planeswalker. So you're immediately whittling your opponent down, and if you're able to copy the spell, then you can get a lot of value out of this guy. Problem will be keeping him alive long enough to get that value. But look, I mean, he's good. He's very good, actually. I very much dig him. And then again, I very much like the colors of blue and red as a combination. Rahl's Outburst is 1 blue, 1 red, 2 of any color for an instant uncommon. When this card deals 3 damage to any target, look at the top 2 cards of your library, put 1 of them into your hand, the other into the graveyard. I've heard a lot of people say this is kind of like Prophetic Bolt. I believe that was what it was called. And yeah, it's pretty much take out 1 damage of it and, decrease the mana by 1. And you know what? That makes this a lot more usable than Prophetic. Prophetic Bolt was good. I have a Prophetic Bolt. But I think this is actually a better version of it, if I'm going to be honest. Plus, if you are, let's say, in the Izzet shell with the Guilds of Ravnica cards, you can get your jumpstart going off there. If you're somehow splashing maybe like black or green, you can get Undergrowth. So there's a lot of play around with this card. I do like it. Bolt Bend is 1 red, 3 of any color for an instant uncommon. This spell costs 3 less to cast if you control a creature with power 4 or greater, and change the target spell or ability with a single target. I'll say this. I think my favorite part about this card is the art where he's attacking Eternalified Kefnet, the blue god of Amonkhet. Even if you do get this card, I mean, it's supposed to kind of go with Rahl, but you need something with 4 power or greater on the field to make this work. And while that's certainly possible, is change the target. Change the target spell or change the target of target spell. That's why I was having trouble with that sentence. Change the target of target spell or ability with a single target. That's basically Swerve. I have a couple Swerves. Swerves are great. I love Swerves. And if it wasn't for the fact that it costs 4 and you need a 4-powered creature on the field to get it down to one red, I'd say this card's awesome. But as it is, it's okay. It's not great, but it's not bad. It's all right. Chandra's Pyro Helix is actually just a reprint, or a functional reprint at any rate. 1 red, 1 of any color for an instant. Common, deals 2 damage, divide it as you choose among 1 or 2 targets. I do like the flavor indicates to me that, yeah, Dolan's gonna be, because we haven't gotten a story spotlight card today, as far as I know. Maybe it gets updated when I'm finished with this video, but we have not had a story spotlight card today yet. But, yeah, this indicates that Hare and Dolan are going to be throwing hands one more time. And if I'm going to be honest, Dolan I don't think is making it out of this set. I think Dolan is definitely going to be one of the guys that goes is 86th. Dolan, but that being said, I do like his last card. The Dolan Hand of Control is 1 hybrid Orzorius mana, 2 of any color for 3 altogether. 5 loyalty. Artifacts, instants, and sorcery spells your opponents control or opponents cast cost 1 more to cast. So meaning only their creatures and planeswalkers, well, and their enchantments, are still safe. And then -1, until then your next turn, prevent all damage that would be dealt to you by a target permanent and opponent controls. Dealt to and dealt by. So you're preventing something from pretty much doing anything unless it has an ability. Hey, look, he's designed as a stall card. He's designed as a control card. He was always designed as a control card. He's a white-blue, and in the most severe terms of being white-blue. So, yeah, I really like it. Plus, he's cheap. He's affordable. He's got 5 loyalty for 3. He's solid. He's solid. Law Ruin Enforcer. 1 white for a 1/2 human soldier, common. 1 of any color. Tap, and target creature with power, convert mana cost 2 or greater. Excuse me. Tap this, and then tap target creature with converted mana cost 2 or greater. Yeah, you got to go up against big creatures, but yeah, this is a good card. This will be a good, actually a board staller. Now, there's plenty of things that can destroy it in this set, but for like a 1 drop on turn 1, and then, you know, if you don't have anything to start with, you can definitely stall your opponent out. Yeah, it's a good card. I like it. Now, I want to talk about a card that I would argue is actually better than her mythic counterparts. Sahili, Sahili Sublime Artificer is 3 mana, 2 hybrid. Is it mana? Red, blue, and 1 of any color for, again, 5 loyalty planeswalker. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create a 1/1 colorless servo artifact creature token. -2, target artifact you control becomes a copy of another target artifact or creature you control, except as an artifact in addition to its other type. Shahili's really good. Now, the secondary building, it can be good. I'm really focused on the static ability. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you create a 1/1 color servo, which means that, so as long as you just doesn't have to be a creature. It just doesn't have to be a creature. That's all the restriction there is. So, not just artifacts, which she is, tailored to. Artifacts, instances, sorceries, planeswalkers. All of those are fair game with this card's effect. And if that's the case, it's very easy not just to protect her, but pretty quickly get an army of 1/1 servo flyers, which then, if you've got bigger, meatier creatures on the field, you can use her -2 ability to then turn them into something else. Shahili's good. Or excuse me, Sahili. I keep saying Shahili. Sahili's good. I like Sahili. I'd actually almost replace her with some of my other decks. I only have 1 copy of Sahili from Kaladesh, but I'd almost be tempted to swap them out or use them in the same deck at any rate. Sahili Silverwing is 4 of any color for a 2/3 artifact creature Drake. When it enters the battlefield, look at the top card of your opponent's library. That's a weird card. Not because the card itself is a weird card in effect. If anything, it's a saw. You can actually basically predict your opponent's next move. Why it's a weird card is, generally speaking, when dealing with the card that is a representation of what the Planeswalker is capable of in the set, because they all have a card that is identifies with them, or that has their name in it, essentially, and used for identification. As an illustration of what they're doing. they are usually designed in a way that works together with the Planeswalker. This doesn't. This does a good effect, but it doesn't do anything that actually works in her favor. I mean, together you can, like, for instance, you could turn one of those servos you make into this. This unfortunately doesn't set off her ability because it is still a creature. It's an artifact creature, but it's a creature. So I don't know. This one I've had a couple so far in this set that I look at them and I'm like, I get the card's design. I just don't get why it's here. And this isn't quite the same scenario, but it's similar. It is similar. Jaya, Venerated Fire Mage. 1 red, 4 of any color for a 5 loyalty Planeswalker, Jaya. If another red source you control would deal damage to a permanent or player, it deals that much damage, +1 to that permanent or player instead. And then you can -2 and deal 2 damage to any target. Essentially meaning you do 3 damage to any target. Jaya, especially when you combine her with Chandra. Look, if you're in the pre-release, and you get both Chandra and Jaya in your pack scare, and you're able to get them both out on the field, you quickly have a combo that's very scary because Chandra's loyalty ability or a stack ability would basically would be turned on by this, meaning every point of damage she does to someone else because of the counter she lost, she's actually doing an extra point of damage. So if she loses 4, she's doing 5. She loses 2, she's doing 3. And that also includes, Jaya's Greeting, which 1 red, 1 of any color for a instant that deals 3 damage to target creature, and scry 1 when Jaya is on the field, it's dealing 4 damage, which means it becomes a pretty beefy burn spell. I'm very interested to see what other red cards we have in the set to go along with this, because we're not done with our red cards, not by a long shot. I'm very interested to see how this plays out. Absolutely. As you can tell, I like Jaya. And last but not least, assuming they don't spoil like 10 more cards by the time I'm done with this video, Vizier of the Scorpion. 1 black, 2 of any color for a 1/1 zombie wizard. When it enters the battlefield, it -1. Basically put a +1 counter on an army, or create an army creature token that it has a +1 counter on it, and zombie tokens you control have Death Touch. It's another one in that pretty much that group of lords that, we have the ones that give Menace, Flying. I'm pretty sure it was 1 or 2 other ones. And now we get the Death Touch one. And you know what? They're all good. They're all good for that mass deck you're probably going to want to make. Just because you can. So, yeah, I can't, again, I'm not huge on a mass. I'm okay with a mass, but I'm preferring the Planeswalker stuff over the amass stuff or the Proliferate stuff. Because the Proliferate stuff is partly with the Planeswalkers, but also it can be used with the army as well. And it's Proliferate. Proliferate's an awesome card, or awesome effect. So be sure that when I, buy a box of this set, which I've basically, had that conversation with myself that this is the one I'm getting the box for. Because every now and then I see a set where I'm like, oh, I gotta get a box of this. Then the pre-release comes and I usually get enough stuff that I wanted out of the set that I'm like, I'll buy a fat pack, or they're bundles now, but I'll buy a fat pack and some packs instead of going out of my way to get the box. With this one, yeah, because I've always wanted to make that Super Friends deck, as they call it, the Planeswalkers deck, but I've never had enough Planeswalkers to make it really. I have a lot of Planeswalkers, but all spaced between other decks that I like to use them in. With this, yeah, it makes sense. Plus, there's just a lot of other good cards I'm seeing in this set. So ultimately, yeah, I think this is the one I'm going to bite the bullet and get a box for. So, I digress. So that's pretty much all we had today. Still, a lot of good cards. Every now and then I'm seeing a card I'm not hugely fond of, but in a set that's going to be 264 cards, maybe 10 or 15 cards I'm not huge on, that's a good number to not be huge on. And again, worth noting, I didn't see another Story Spotlight card today. I mean, I can go back real quick and look, but I did not. Yeah, I'm not seeing another Story Spotlight card. Nope. So I'm wondering if the second act of this, maybe we'll get another card spoiled today, or maybe we'll get multiple Story Spotlight cards spoiled in one day. But Yeah, I'm curious to see why we didn't get one today. Because what I thought was going to be, assuming that they were going to do 5 per act, like they did. Actually, technically they did 6, didn't they? Because the statue of the God Pharaoh was actually an extra story spotlight card, wasn't it? I believe that was the case. So technically they did 6. So that kind of blows my theory I was going with out the window. It also, as it also stands, let me just go all the way up to the spoilers, see how many planeswalkers we have left to be spoiled here. Let's see. I know we have Tamio and Sarkin and Narset left. Ashiok, Gideon, Nissa, Bolas needs to be officially spoiled. Like anyone that's been technically and Domir. So yeah, I believe that would cover about pretty much all of them at that point. I believe. I'm pretty sure. Hold on. How many of the hybrids do we got here? I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What do we mean? Oh, and Huatli. That's it. Huatl. Or Huatli. So yeah, she's the one I also got before. She's going to be the Selesnya one, and Ashiok's the Demir one. So yeah. And Karn. Karn needs to be officially spoiled as well. So we still got a lot of guys that need to be either shown or officially previewed. And I'm certain we'll get a couple more by the end of the week. I highly doubt. And Ugin. How am I forgetting Ugin? Ugin's like the man. You don't forget Ugin. Never forget Ugin. Why am I doing this voice? I don't know. But don't forget Ugin. Ugin's a weird name when you really try to put accents to it. Ugin. I digress. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, wants to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. And ideas for who would win. Star Wars, Superior Magic, what if. Anything to do on the channel, put that in the comments below. Let me know. I'll get to that at some point. So thanks for watching. I'll be back. Well, actually, I won't be back today. I've got to pre-record what if and who would win for tomorrow. But until Ellen, then I got the Death Battle prediction and another Magic video to do tomorrow. Busy week. So, and then Hellboy will be on, I hope. There's only a 7 and 10 o'clock showing for Hellboy on Thursday. But I'm probably going to do Hellboy on Thursday. I'm definitely going to see it. But anyway, I digress. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Later.